Scorpio, welcome to your Astroflower family reading for the week going from the 17th through to the 22nd of April. Thank you very much for being here. I hope you do enjoy your reading. We're going to be going through your chakras, your aura, and doing a tarot reading at the end of it. So let's get straight in here with your chakras. Let's see what's going on. Wow, that root chakra is really, really large. I've never seen one that big. This can have very good aspects and can have very bad aspects of it. Or it could be a case of, being too rigid, being too stuck in a place, not having flexibility enough, not seeing the possibilities, being almost sort of like, no, I'm not moving, which can be very good in some circumstances, but also in other circumstances that can be really bad. So depending on what you're going through, if you need to hold your ground and stick your ground, then it's great. If you feel like you're feeling stuck, then obviously that's the meditation to get out a little bit of your root chakra and allow your root chakra to give you that determination within your other chakras to follow your heart. Could be following your intuition and so forth. Okay, but it is actually very solid and very nice. So, you've got some really solid grounds to build upon, that's for sure. Let's just see what's going on in your sacrum. This will be quite a teller. Yeah, the sacrum, this is it. It's open. It's very nice. As I say, the transition is happening. It's a bit like a Celtic knot, the sacrum. It's all to do with your fundamental desires, and the two knots are opening up like that. They're opening up and allowing this energy to come out. But at the moment, it's coming out too wide. So it might be a case of having too many possibilities on your plate at the moment. If you're trying to spin too many plates as well, that's going to stop you from actually progressing on because you're too busy sort of, trying to keep plates in the air, as it were. Okay, let's just have a look what's going on your solar plexus. Yeah, it's not fully there yet. Now, I think this conversion from your root chakra has not got into your determination, and you're still it's almost as if you're still being buffeted by the outside world, and it's almost as if you've got to fend off like the outside world that's just maybe putting a little bit too much pressure on you, and this may also contribute to that sensation of feeling stuck at the moment. So this is it, getting the energy out of your root. Could be a case of putting it into your solar plexus so you can build that determination that is within you to follow your heart's desires. Let's see what's going on with your heart. Your heart is really, it's almost too open. It's almost as if like your heart's sort of saying, I want to have fun, I want to have fun, I want to have fun, I want to be doing this, I want to be doing that, I want to be seeing this person, seeing that, and everything like that. But I haven't got the energy or the determination to do it. I haven't got the, I haven't phoned people up to sort of, I can't initiate all those beautiful joys. And it may be creating a bit of frustration within you, which also is highlighting the idea of feeling stuck and stuff like that. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in your tarot cards here. But there is a lot in there. That's the thing. There's a lot in your heart at the moment. I think you need a bit of a spring clean, basically, in regards to your desires. Start chiseling away at what is really possible and what is not possible, so then automatically you can eliminate some of them, and then start whittling down to that evident path of which one to do first. Basically, pretty mechanical way of approaching it, but I think it could really help you. Let's just see what's going on in your third eye and your throat. Well, that's really nice leveled out. Within your mind's eye, you've obviously got this logical revolution that's happening, which I've said in the monthly reading as well. And you seem to have this sort of like, it's almost as if like you say things before you even have to think about them. And it's just becoming very natural to you. That's another good way of initiating this change and this clarification of the direction that you appear to need. That's maybe a good thing to follow. encouraging that energy to come up through your root chakra and come up through into the rest of you, and allowing that logical progression to actually be expressed in you. Let's just see what's going in on your crown chakra. It's wide, but not very full. It's missing an interaction with your consciousness. I think it's missing this interaction with you. It could be a case of you're too much in your head. You're really just and not actually doing. That could well be a case for some of you. And if that is a case, that the tea meditation, which you can find in your Astroflower book as well, the tea meditation will help you out enormously to turn that excessive thinking into something really productive for you in your life. Okay, and that's what it seems like here. The crown chakra is really wide, but it's not very full. So it's almost like a contradiction in terms. So there's a lot of things going on, but not a lot of things happening. Sort of scenario. Let's have a look at what's going on in your aura. Yeah, I think you're being really affected by the outside world. I think you're putting too much emphasis on the outside world, of how the outside world dictates your direction and how you do things. You might being influenced a little bit too much by, it could well be by the news, it could be by friends, it could be by peer pressure of I've got to have this new car. Do you really be honest with yourself? It's this whole idea that life should be led like this, and it's pushed and jammed down upon us, and it has been over the last 3 or 4 years majorly. I think that's coming to an end, and I think this is a bit of a confrontation for you. It could well be a bit of a sticking point. Let's just see if there's anything up the top of your aura. There seems to be an event that's coming into you at the moment. I think it's towards the end of the week, towards next weekend. We'll see what happens with that, with the tarot cards. Thank you very much for being with us, Scorpio, you lovely people. I know a lot of Scorpios, quite a lot, and they're lovely people. I really do love Scorpios, but they've got a sting in their tail, haven't they? Sometimes there's a bit like the scenario of the scorpion and the toad crossing the river. If you want to know about that, you can find it on the internet. Obviously you do get that aspect to Scorpio. Every sign has different aspects to them, so you know what I mean. So let's just see what's going on with your overall energies here. The Hermit. I would normally sort of say get your heart's desires and get them into that lantern which the Hermit has got, and follow it. The Hermit is also about learning about oneself in every aspect, learning about the shadow self as well, because the Hermit goes round the mountain like that. He gradually works up the way up to the top of the mountain, and then when he gets to the top of the mountain, he has this enlightenment moment where he realizes he's got so much more to give and such a beautiful passion to follow. And that's what that star card is in his lantern. I think you need to do this journey. That's what I think. I think, as I said, I think you need to shake off a few fleas on your energy here. Start whittling down things. And I think the Hermit will do this for you. And this week here may be a sort of week of sort of taking stock before you take that leap forward. And the funny thing is that you're moving into your summer period. And you can see on, I'll try and bring it up here so you can see it. The rhythm in life, there is a dip, a weekly dip before summer springs in to action. So it's almost as if like, I've lost all my energy. And then, wow, I'm in summer. Oh my word. Sort of scenario. And it could well be that's happening to you. So I think there's a learning process of oneself going on for you this week. How to get yourself unstuck, possibly. See what's going on the relationship side. Six of Wands, victory for you, a rightful place within your relationships. I don't think you have to prove anything. This is what it's trying to sort of say to you, because it's not about being successful within your relationships, because otherwise the card would be out there. This is on your karmic path, and so this is what you should realize in accordance to your relationships. You've earned that rightful place. You have that rightful place. You don't have to prove it anymore. You don't have to bend to social peer pressures, in the world. And, if people don't like it, people don't like it, because that's what's going to happen in this new logical world. And this is what maybe you might have in conflict about, that some people haven't worked it out and moved on to the new paradigm and moved on to this new way of being, this logical way of being within the relationships. And if you haven't done that, you're going to, and if you realize that there's people around you that haven't done that, you're going to feel that you're not sitting pretty with them. And this is where I think you need to realize that the work's done, and now it's just a case of sort of being in that logic. And if you say things that people don't get around you, then those who have ears, let them hear. If they haven't got ears, they ain't going to hear, and you ain't going to give them a pair of ears. Only they can do it themselves. So just recognize that you're okay within your relationships. You are in a good place. The universe here, which is influencing this karmic path, is trying to reiterate this with physical aspects. So physical connections with people that are around you. And this doesn't necessarily mean close relationships. This means in a general sort of sense. So you feel at ease walking through the marketplace, rather than feeling kind of going, oh, is everyone looking at me? Oh, I'm worried about that person there. What are they doing? You're feeling at ease with everyone that is around you. The possibilities are abundance. They've got that bird on that hand there. It's that connecting with everything in a physical sense within your relationships that are around you. This is the guides of how the guides are influencing the karmic path. This is a bit like the stick within the carrot and the stick scenario. These guides here are sort of saying there is no real choice here. This path here needs to be taken, this realization that you are actually, you've earned your place within your social environment, within all your relationships. And now it's a case of just, the guides here are just sort of saying, there is no real choices. Stop faffing around. There is an evident path. Get on your horse and go and live it. Go and live those relationships. And this is the carrot. So these are the guides that are in front of you. That's almost sort of like trying to encourage this conversation that is within you. And they're here is they're saying, just let go. Let go of those stress and strains that you're just trying to carry too much, I think, in the world around you. And as I said, could well be this week of transition for you before the summer period kicks in, and your energy is going to come flying through like no tomorrow. And it's going to come flying through if you take that evident path. And you've got to just let go of trying to satisfy everybody. That's come to an end there. That's what it's all about, that card there. The Knight of Wands here, this is where we're onto the financial or material side of your life. This is the karmic message here. Get on your horse. What did I say? I think it's almost in both avenues here. This is where this overthinking, and that's where that overthinking comes into play as well. Too much within your crown chakra, or too much within your third eye and your throat chakra, and allow it to come into the other chakras from your root. Here, the karmic message here is saying, get on your horse. Get passionate about what you're doing in your career, in your business, in your projects. Really start investing in it in a big way, I think, and taking big strides forwards, because it's going to come in quite quickly. Oh, Chariot. Just as I said, it's going to come in quite quickly. The Chariot card. The universe is encouraging you. If you get on your horse now, and it's not kind of, there is a degree of getting on your high horse, but a high horse because you know you can do it, and allowing that passion to flow through you, all of a sudden the universe is going to start really bringing some good victories for you, but very quickly. And all of a sudden that's going to help you to progress in your career path, in your business, or in your projects. Knight of Swords. Look at it. It's just blistering. It's blistering here, Scorpio. Absolutely. It's almost as if like this is maybe this is where the logic can influence this side here. Of if you bring it out of your head and really place your energy into your sacrum, your heart, and that will feed your determination within your solar plexus as well, and it will really bring you on. It's here is almost as if the guys here are sort of saying, you've chosen this path, you've got to see it through. There's no holding back now. You've got to move on with this. And this is this whole thing about not being so stuck. It could be the other side of the Hermit card, where the Hermit has learned a lot about themselves, and now it's the time to express what you've learned to the world around you. This is a call to mission for you. This is a call to mission, a real transition between the two. Let's just see what's coming out here. The Three of Cups. The orientation into the Three of Cups here is networking, and I think this is what's going to be playing through your mind here. If I want this, therefore I'm going to need to speak to this person and put this person in place, or get this customer here, or get this supplier here. It's networking and getting these all things together, and I think you're really going to enjoy that, of putting in together the nuts and bolts of your career path and of your projects and stuff like that. It's going to be, I would encourage that, and I would, this side here is almost, it's going to be the side, your business, your project, or your job is going to be the side that's going to lead you forward out of feeling stuck, and yeah, move you on to a completely different sort of level, really. Let's just see what's going on with the overall energy at the end. The Three of Wands, this moment, it's almost like the Three of Wands is like the Fool in a way. The Fool is at the top of a cliff, and it's taking faith and taking a leap of faith off the edge of the cliff. I'm not suggesting anybody jump off a cliff at all. This is metaphysical in a way. But he's standing at the top of the cliff. These two wands is standing by themselves behind him, and he is observing what is coming into the port, into the harbour, and what is leaving the harbour. So he's seeing the opportunities coming in, and he's also releasing opportunities, releasing stuff, which is that Ten of Wands is all about. And with this, with this Three of Wands, it could be procrastination. So that could tie into that aspect of it all. But you do have 2 threes here. It could be procrastination, but it could also be overthinking things as well. But also, I think it's a case here of getting ready and seizing on those opportunities as they're coming in. I think this week here is a case of realizing a lot of things within yourself. Let's just get a bit of clarification. We get the Three of Cups coming back in here. I think this could be sociable as well, learning about yourself in order to realize that you can actually use this sociable aspect, which you can have and you do have within you, Scorpio, to use it in a networking sense to actually provide a happiness within your business side of life. Ten of Swords, getting on that horse and realizing your beautiful place with the world around you, it will mean that something's come to an end that might have been quite painful for you. And as it's come to an end, you've learnt a lot, and all of a sudden you feel like you've got that righteous place within your relationships that are around you. And the universe here is sort of saying, with all these physical stuff, that's, sort of the material stuff that's connecting within your relationships around you, it's almost sort of saying you can manifest what you want with that. They are the ingredients of manifestation, and the universe is giving you this. If you know where you're going, and this is where your guides are trying to help you, if you know where you're going, you can use the influence from that universe in order to manifest a lot of things. The Nine of Cups. So we've gone from the Nine of Pentacles and to the Nine of Cups. Evidence, following that evident path will open up a lot of opportunities within relationships for you. It's a beautiful path for you to take here, Scorpio. And I think it's going to yield enormous amounts of benefits. Letting go of all that mental stuff on the relationship side, will put you in that King of Hearts position, plain sailing, a control over your emotions, feeling at one with yourself because you've done the work under the surface, which is what that starfish is all about, or sunfish, or whatever, whichever way you call it. And also that fish there, that abundance that's coming into you. And you can have plain sailing going forth if you let go of a few things, and that ties into that as well, taking your righteous place, basically. Let's just see what's going on with this Knight of Wands, this journey here that's really impassioned, out with the old and in with the new. I was just saying about the sun there. Make sure this happiness should be the driving force. We can see this, and it's going to bring you lots of success. If you orientate your work, your business, or your projects in a direction that brings you happiness, you're going to be in a really beautiful place. I think it's going to provide a lot of energy for you going forward, and it's bringing that energy out of that out of the third eye and the throat chakra, but also out of your root chakra, and providing enough energy to your sacrum and your heart, which will bring that key to that happiness within you. Death and rebirth. What's going on with these cards at the moment? I just flipped them up the other way, and I just flipped them up the other way again. Sorry about that. Death and rebirth. Chariot. New beginning. This is all. This is this summer period energy that's coming into you. It's a new way of approaching your existing situation and your possible future situation. That's what that's all about. And it's going to come in really quickly. This change is going to happen to you very quickly. It's going to dissipate the illogical world that is around you in order to provide for you a really clear, evident path for you to go down. It's Page of Pentacles. It's learning about that longer term cycle within you. That happiness that drives in is going to be that sunshine that germinates these seeds within these Page of Pentacles in this righteous path that you have to take. That seed is your righteous path. When you plant that seed is not going to grow up kind of going, am I a fish or am I a lion? No, I'm a wheat. I'm a barley, and knowing that. This is the thing about nature. Nature knows what they are. A dog is not a cat, and a cat is not a dog, as much as a fish is not an elephant and an elephant is not a fish. Knowing this within you and knowing this happiness within you is that logical, righteous path that you need to be. And I think I said this earlier on, sometimes you're going to have to say to people, I'm like this, and if you don't like it, I'm not going to be able to please every single person in the world. It's just not possible. I think it was Abraham Lincoln that sort of said you can please some people part of the time, but you can't please all the people all of the time. Something like that. And it's that's the sort of message that's coming through there. Let's just see what's going on there. The Emperor, in your networking within your environment that is around you, you've got to come unstuck. Free yourself up. You've got to own it, and you really should own it. This is a formidable side of your material side. There is a real transition within you here, and I would encourage that and bring it into the light of your life as much as you possibly can. Let's just see what's going on with that. Justice, harmony, balance within you. It's those Two of Cups. It's the unification of a realization of something that's happened in your life here, and you've might have been waiting on something to happen for you, and it seems like it's come at the end of the week where you're going to feel like it's done and dusted. You've got something. You've got justice. It's going to bring harmony into your life, which will allow you to get the best out of that Three of Wands, of taking that staff, the King of Wands, and leading on into the future and going over that bridge to that new land. That Emperor, which is there, which is encouraging within you to actually realize who you are. The Emperor has conquered, and his empire, the empire of the Emperor, is itself. So you've conquered your dark side, your happy side, your light side, your evil side, your jealous side, your wealthy side, your poor side, every side of it. The Emperor really understands how you work. And with that understanding comes enormous amount of power. And sitting in that power there is going to bring you absolute harmony. And look at that. You've got the King of Cups on one side and the Emperor on the other. There is this within your third eye and your throat chakra. You just need to be careful that you're just not fooling yourself. That's the only worry I have about you, which we have within this card here. But it is this card here. And I still think there's a little bit of work to be done within yourself. But also expressing that work that you may have done in the past in your material side. There you go, Scorpio. Thank you very much for being with us. I will be doing an eclipse collective reading on Sunday. And also you will get your eclipse, solar eclipse individual reading on Monday. And I will see you there for that. I hope you got the best out of this. Thank you very much for being part of the Astroflower family. I will see you soon. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.